will speak about companies, type of companies. There are two basic type of companies. Of course, there are many different type of companies in Hungary, but the two basic types is a limited liability company, KFT, and limited company by shares. The most preferable type of companies is the limited liability company. This follows the German type of GmbH. So because Hungary is a civil law country, so it's a big difference comparing with Cyprus, because in Cyprus mostly we use limited company by shares. But in Hungary, if you will choose this type of company, you will be faced with very high registration fees, and the control is more complicated. That's why the majority of investors they use a limited liability company. The limited liability company, as I told you, it's cheaper for the registration, and the maintenance is cheaper because the accounting requirements are less to limited liability companies comparing with limited company by shares. The company status is a resident company. It's very important, for example, that even if the company, the Hungarian company, is managed from abroad, but Hungarian law is considered that this is a resident company for taxes. So that is again the civil law conception of residency. So the Hungarian tax authority will not check from which country the company is managed. So if it is registered in Hungary, they consider that this is resident for taxes in Hungary. So, and registering a new company in Hungary, even the second day we can pick up the tax resident certificate, which is very good for investors. Because comparing, for example, with England, if you go to England, it's quite difficult to obtain this certificate. And in some other countries, we also faced with difficulties like in Hong Kong. The Hungarian company, limited liability company, is fully transparent. I mean that from the point of view of information about the directors and then the shareholders, because all of this information in the public registers, so everybody can obtain this information, which is from one side again good, from the other side is not good from the side of confidentiality, but from the point of view of OECD directives, so it's fully complying with these directives. Also, the company documents are on public records, and all changes in the structure of the company, founders, directors, the company name, etc. So this is a legal form. Oh, sorry, it's just repeated. What is the big difference again comparing with Cyprus, the capitalization of the company? The minimum capitalization of Hungarian companies is 3 million forints, which is about 10,000 euro, which should be a paid-up capital. So it should be either paid to the cash account of the company or to be paid to the bank account of the company. So and this is controlled by the accounting records. Formally, you can start your company not paying the initial capitalization, but if the company is bankrupted and the owners didn't pay the initial capital, the liquidator will request to pay the remaining part of the initial capitalization. Speaking about the directors and the owners, again there is a difference between Cyprus and Hungary, because in Hungary only a natural person can be a director of a company. So legal persons, legal entities cannot be directors in Hungarian companies. The owners can be either private persons or legal persons. There is no restrictions who can be the owner of a Hungarian company. Some special aspect of the registration of Hungarian companies, the person who is the owner of the Hungarian limited liability company should come to Hungary in person and to sign the papers in the lawyer office. Or if the person is not in Hungary, then all the founding documents should be notarized and also legalized with apostille. So this is a requirement of Hungarian law, and lawyers are quite strict with this, because in Hungary only attorneys at law have a signature, the electronic signature. It means that, not like here in Cyprus, that, for example, private companies or licensed companies can have an electronic signature to the registrar. In Hungary, only the lawyers, licensed lawyers, can submit such documents to the registrar. The registration takes about between 8 and 17 days. 17 days is a maximum. Usually, we register new companies maybe within 3-4 days, but there is no guarantee that we can register so quickly the company. Officially, the registrar has 17 days to register a new company. There is an obligation for Hungarian companies to have at least one bank account in Hungary in order to pay the initial capitalization. Of course, if the company wants, any bank accounts can be opened in any country of the world, and as much as you like to open abroad. But when we open a bank account, it's very important with Hungarian banks that the director or the signatory has to appear personally and to open a bank account within 15 days of the date of registration of a new company. Taxation, speaking about the taxation, which is quite important element, as we heard today morning, and there is a tax competition in Europe, as I see already. There are some, let's say, low tax countries, and among these low tax countries is Hungary.